Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you for joining me again today for another card making video. And today I am featuring some masks, decorative masks with the Biggest Wish stamp set. So the Biggest Wish stamp set has been in the catalogue for a couple of years now, and it's a really great staple and it's brilliant to get you out of trouble with men's cards. Okay, so this particular card I think could easily be sent to a guy. Nice and there's detail in it, so you can see it's been handmade and some effort's gone into it, but it's still quite simple, which kind of appeals to the guys in our lives. So that was that. This colour combination is Granny Apple Green and Shaded Spruce, and I've used Shaded Spruce for the card base and the matting and layering there. So Biggest Wish, here we are with those sentiments in both the block caps and the cursive. Okay, so we've got all those combinations. You can mix and match the fonts like I have, or you can use them all together. I've done loads with this set, so it's really well used, and it actually stays in my drawer rather than being that's right next to my desk, rather than being put away on my shelvings, because I reach for it all the time. So that was that, and then the background, like I say, it's a set of decorative masks. So it is from the Artistic Mix. Now, I thought I'd ordered the new ones, but I can't seem to put my hands on them, so maybe I dreamt all about that. But this particular set, sorry, the glare on the material there. So there's like a soft sheen side and a really high gloss side. So I work with the glossy side so that I get a nice smooth action on my blending brushes. But you get these two with the apertures, and you also get the little bits that go in there as well. You also get this one and this one, which work together and layer up as well, which I have used on other cards before. So those two designs line up so that you can get a layered look. So again, use them individually or together. So you've almost got three patterns there, that one, and the two together. Okay, and then, like I said, the other two are these ones. So if I show you this way around so they're less glary. Okay, so we've got the plain sort of squares, if you like. So again, you could make a really nice geometric background with that all on its own. You could make a background with this all on its own. Okay, so those squares would be coloured, and the lines in that stencil would remain the background colour. Or we can layer them together. Okay, so they layer together perfectly to make like a plaid or a tartan, or whatever the correct phraseology should be for these things. I'm sure the Scots out there will tell me which way around that's supposed to be. Okay, so as you can see, we are going to use both, and I think you can tell from there that I used the Granny Apple for the larger square design and then went over the top with the darker Shaded Spruce. Okay, so we're going to mix it up as usual. You know, I always like to try and give you some different colour options with these things. So first things first, I'm going to bring in some grid paper. And we'll work with this stencil first. So I'm going to pop that onto my grid paper. I'm going to line it up kind of straight on there. But what I'm going to do is actually use some low tack tape here just to secure that to the paper, like so. That's just going over the top there, and then that will sort of act as a sort of hinge, if you like, and help me pop it back into position should I need to. I'm going to be working on basic white though. You could of course use other. Sorry about the glare. I don't think there's much I can do about that, I'm afraid. In fact, I've got that the wrong way round. Oh, you know what? We'll just leave it this way to minimise the glare. But normally I would use the shiny side to. It doesn't make a whole heap of difference. I just prefer to use it that way. So we'll pop that on. This is slightly smaller than I would normally work on for a full card front. This is like 1/8 of an inch shorter or narrower, so it's going to be 3 7/8 of an inch, and then by 5 5/8. Okay, I want to be able to put that in the middle there. So what I'm going to do is just pop just a little itty bitty bit of seal on the back of there, and rub my finger on it so that it will sort of grip a bit but not stick very firmly to this grid paper. Okay, it will just help it not slip around too much. But obviously I want to put this in under the stencil or the mask. Stampin' Up call them masks. I'm going to pop that in under there so that it looks like it's reasonably straight and even at top and bottom, left, right, and that will probably do. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab just a scrap. This is just literally a scrap, which is going to help me be able to hold on to things and put some pressure on things without getting my fingers all mucky. Well, that's the theory anyway. Might bring you out a little bit actually, so you can see a little bit better. So I'm going to try out a new colour combo. I haven't actually done it. I practiced it, and I hope it's going to work. Okay, so the first colour we're going to use is Fresh Freesia. Okay, so I'm going to use the light colour for the big squares. I haven't tried it the other way around. I am doing it this with the dark colour and the light colour over the top. Don't know whether it would work or not. Maybe that's another experiment to do at some point. So blending brush then. When I get this, I am sort of going all over the ink pad, so I'm not sort of making the middle too dry. So I'm going to get that really well inked up. It is a pale colour, but I'm just going to get that nice and inked up. You sort of season your brush, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay, so we're going to get plenty of ink on there, but we don't want to go straight onto the project either. We want to sort of come in from the edge, just so that we don't get any harsh edges. And we're just going to apply some ink, and I am not sort of going for a super smooth blend on this. We just want to get that colour on there. And with it being quite pale, might take a time to build that up. So I'm going to speed this up, and I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so hopefully you saw that I was just twizzling that around and making sure I got that covered up. So we can lift that off. That's going to stay in place because I've got that sort of little bit of tape behind it, just to keep that moving. Now I can't close my ink pad. There we go. And my contrast colour is going to be Orchid Oasis. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. So obviously this is going to be a much darker colour. We need to put our other mask on top. So this is going to sort of lay, I can see where the other one was. So that should be roughly where we need it anyway, because they've obviously been cut and designed to work together. Pop that bit of low tack tape on again. This is a different piece, just so you don't carry any other excess ink from the other one. So again, we're going to prime our brush, make sure that's good and well inked, and we're going to go again. So this one shouldn't take as much in terms of the ink, but we'll still add that on just the way we did with the other one, working that into the mask. And hopefully you saw on the speeded up portion that I was turning this round just to make it easy for me to come in from the edges and work in towards the middle. Okay, let's see what we have ended up with. Cool. Haha, that's worked out really well. Really pleased with that. Okie dokie then. So, your masks you will need to wipe off clean. The ink will be sat on top of that. So, if I was to get a cloth now and just give that a wipe, you can see that residual ink does sit on top. So you want to get those washed off before you go and use them on another project. So I'm just going to put those to one side just for a moment, and then we can lift up this. So if you sort of twist rather than pull, you won't tear up your card. Now I'm happy enough with the subtle fresh freesia on there. Okay, looks a bit bolder in real life. I think it looks a bit more muted on the camera. But if you thought you wanted to go over that again, you could just replace the mask. We can see exactly where the cardstock was positioned because of the ink. We can replace the mask and add some more ink if we wanted to. Okay. Right. So we'll just flip that over so it's not quite so distracting. Because we've got Stamp Our Sentiment where we've got our inks out. This piece of cardstock is 2 inches by 2 inches by 2.5, and we'll need both ink pads. So we're going to use the light ink for Happy. Get that nice and well inked up. Lots of light tapping. Okay, especially with photopolymer. And again, I'm lining it up with my the lines on the grid paper just to help me make sure things are straight. It's times like this where I miss my Stamparatus, and I'm going to just hover over the top of that, get it kind of central-ish. That looks about right. Okay, and then a darker ink for the complimentary birthday sentiment, which just fits on, just overlapping the Happy ever so slightly, just to make them connected, like so. So that's our inks done with. So Fresh Freesia and Orchid Oasis. Just need to pop that onto a piece of Orchid Oasis. So this is 1/4 inch larger, so 2 3/4 by 2 1/4, and we're going to have this up onto some dimensionals. So we'll pop those on the back there ready. so. And we're going to put a couple of spots of multi-purpose adhesive on there because we want to get the positioning right. This can just go onto our card base with our stamping seal. I do like this Orchid Oasis colour. It's kind of somewhere between purple and blue. Very nice colour. And then this guy just needs to be positioned over the top. And because of the pattern, you're going to want to get this lined up and straight. Otherwise, it will just scream crooked. Okay. So line it up with the plaid pattern, and then that'll work out just brilliant. So there we go, Fresh Freesia and Orchid Oasis. This one was Granny Apple Green and Shady Spruce using the Decorative Masks. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me today. Stay safe, take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye.